1. 0610_S21_Ms_41. 3. 0610_S19_Ms_42. 3. 0610_M19_Ms_42. 1. The kidney is one of the main excretory organs of the body. Define the term excretion. Removal from the body, organism, cell, toxic substances, waste products, of metabolism, respiration, named substances in excess of requirements. B. One of the roles of the kidney is to filter the blood. Fig. 1.1 shows a section of a kidney. State the name of the parts labeled A, B and C on Fig. 1.1. A. Medulla. B. Cortex. C. Renal vein. C. Table 1.1 shows the concentrations of 4 solutes. In the blood in the renal artery. In the fluid in the kidney tubule. In the urine, 9,900%. I. Calculate the percentage increase in the concentration of urea between the blood and the renal artery and the urine. Show your working. 9,900%. E. Describe the results for the concentration of salts shown in Table 1.1. Concentration of salts is the same in the blood in the renal artery and the fluid in the kidney tubule. Concentration of salts increases between the blood in the renal artery and the fluid in the kidney tubule, and the urine approximately doubles. E. State the reason for the difference in the concentration of protein between the blood in the renal artery and the fluid in the kidney tubule. Proteins are too big to be filtered. 1. IV. State the reason for the difference in the concentration of glucose between the fluid in the kidney tubule and the urine. All glucose is reabsorbed. 1. D. Dialysis is a treatment used for people with kidney failure. Some people with kidney failure are given a kidney transplant. State the advantages of having a kidney transplant instead of dialysis. Idea of convenience. No need to visit hospital, time not taken up with dialysis. No need for a restricted diet. Idea of improved quality of life. Cost effective in the long term. Ref. To having a working kidney, long-lasting. Ref. To cure, one-time treatment. 0610_S19_Ms_42. 3 very small pieces of plastic, called microplastics, are found in many products such as soaps and toothpaste. Fig. 3.1 shows toothpaste that contains microplastics. AI. It is estimated that microplastics make up 5% of the mass of some toothpastes. Each person uses approximately 2 grams of toothpaste a day. There were estimated to be 1.2 times 109 people using toothpaste that contained microplastics in some countries in 2013. Calculate the mass of microplastics contained in the toothpaste used on one day in 2013 for these countries. Show your working and state appropriate units with your answer. 1.2 times 108 g, 120 million g, 1.2 times 105 kilogram, 120,000 kilogram. Kilogram or g per day. 3. E. State 1 recommendation, other than regular brushing, for the proper care of teeth. Avoid too much named sugar in diet. Flossing. Regular visits to dentist, hygienist. 3. B. Lugworms live in sand on coastal beaches and are eaten by wading birds. Lugworms feed on diatoms. Diatoms are photosynthetic protoctists that require ammonium ions as a source of nitrogen. Beach sand contains ammonium ions. I. Construct a food chain for these marine organisms. Diatom, right pointing arrow, lugworm, right pointing arrow, wading bird. Arrows in correct direction. 3. B. E. Describe and explain why the researchers concluded that non-biodegradable microplastics are the most harmful to lugworms. Use the information in Table 3.1 in your answer. Description. More ammonium ions remain in bucket, less ammonium, absorbed by diatoms. Less feces. Higher respiration rates. Lower body mass. Explanation. Less diatoms, food, ammonium ions, for lugworms. High respiration of lugworms to release more energy for finding food, stress, etc. Semicolon. Slower growth rate of lugworms. Non-biodegradable microplastics negatively affect digestion. 3. C. Ammonium ions are an important part of the nitrogen cycle. They can be converted into nitrate ions, which are used by plants and protoctists such as diatoms. I. State the name of the molecules that are converted into ammonium ions in the nitrogen cycle. Protein, urea, amino acid. 1. 3. C. E. State the name of the process of converting ammonium ions into nitrate ions. Nitrification. 1. 3. C.E. Explain the effects of nitrate ion deficiency on plant growth. Plants absorb nitrogen as nitrate ions, needed to make amino acids named proteins, to make DNA, RNA, nucleotides, bases. Protein, DNA, is needed for growth, cell division, mitosis. 3D. Non-biodegradable plastics are also harmful to terrestrial ecosystems. Discuss the effects of non-biodegradable plastics on terrestrial ecosystems. Visual pollution. Chokes, strangles, traps, blocks digestive systems of animals. Reference to chemical exposure, fumes, toxins. Plastic accumulates in an organism, is passed down a food chain. Described habitat destruction, e.g. plastic covers the habitats. Plastic blocks light, water for photosynthesis for land plants. Plastic block roots prevents root growth. Remain in the ecosystem for a very long time. Homeostasis. 0610-S23_Ms_43. 4. Urea is a waste product. Describe how urea is formed. Deamination. In the liver, the removal of the nitrogen-containing part of excess amino acids. 4. State the component of blood that transports urea. Plasma. 1. 4. State why urea must be excreted. Urea is toxic, harmful, poison, aus, a toxin. 1. 4. IV. State the name of the blood vessel that carries blood away from the kidney. Renal vein. 1. 4. Fig. 4.1 shows a drawing of a nephron in the human kidney and associated blood vessels. Describe how the structures labeled in Fig. 4.1 produce urine. Ne4 from the glomerulus K is where the blood is filtered. Water, glucose, urea ions move into nephron L. The nephron L reabsorbs all glucose. The nephron L reabsorbs some of the water ions into the blood M capillary. Urine flows through N. Urine contains urea and excess water and excess ions, e.g. correct ref to active transport, diffusion, selective reabsorption. 4. Urea can be used as a fertilizer as it is a source of nitrogen. Explain the importance of nitrate ions to plants. Formation of amino acids, proteins, for growth. 1. 4. A farmer applied fertilizer to a field next to a lake. Suggest 2 precautions the farmer should take when applying fertilizer to reduce the risk of eutrophication occurring in the lake. Ne2 from apply less suitable amount. Do not apply before rain. Do not apply too frequently. Do not apply right next to the lake. Do not apply onto bare soil, i.e. before crops are planted. Apply only when crops are actively growing. 7. State the name of a chemical element that is found in all proteins but not in carbohydrates or fats. Nitrogen. 1. 7. Table 7.1 shows the names of some biological molecules, enzymes and the organs that produce the enzymes. Complete Table 7.1. Large biological molecule. Products of the breakdown of the large biological molecule. Enzyme that catalyzes the breakdown of the large biological molecule. Organ that produces the enzyme. Oil, fatty acids and glycerol lipase pancreas. Glycogen, glucose, glycogen. Phosphorylase liver. Starch, maltose, amylase salivary gland, pancreas. Protein, amino acid, pepsin, protease. Stomach. 4-1 mark per correct row. 7. State 2 hormones that can affect the concentration of glycogen in the liver. Ne2 from insulin, glucagon, adrenaline. 0610-W23_Ms_43. 4. Complete the sentences about the control of body temperature. The human body maintains a constant internal temperature. This is an example of homeostasis. When the temperature moves away from the set point, the mechanism of negative feedback returns the temperature to the set point. 4. Fig. 4.1 is a diagram of a section of human skin. State the names of the structures labeled L, O and J in Fig. 4.1. L. Sweat gland. O. Receptors. J. Hair, erector muscle. 4. Describe how humans maintain a constant body temperature when the external temperature decreases. Use the structures labeled in Fig. 4.1 in your answer. Ne6 from 1. Temperature, thermoreceptor, sensory neuron, O, detects stimulus decrease in temperature, external temperature. 2. Nerve, impulse sent along sensory neuron to brain, hypothalamus. 3. Impulses from the brain, travel along motor neuron cause response. 4. Hair erector muscles J, contract or hairs K, stand up. 5. Hairs trap layer of air as insulation. 6. Fatty tissue M, acts as insulation. 7. Skeletal muscles contract and relax fast, shivering, to release. Heat gain warmth, keep warm. 8. Constriction of N arteriole. 9. Ref. To arterioles blood vessels vasoconstriction. 10. Vasoconstriction decreases blood flow to the surface. 11. Sweat gland L, reduces, stops, production of sweat. 12. Decreased blood flow, less sweat decreases heat loss from skin. 13. E.g. described behavioral change. 4. C. Blood glucose concentration is maintained at a constant set point using the hormones glucagon and insulin. I. State the organ that secretes glucagon. Pancreas. 1. 4. C. E. Describe the effect of glucagon on the body. Any one from. Stimulates the breakdown of glycogen to glucose. Increases blood glucose concentration.